Good morning, guys. I have not done a DIY shoe video in a while, and I've learned quite a few things along the way, but I do want to let you know that the shoes that I have decoupaged in the past, 3 or 4 years ago, are still holding up. One pair that I wore all the time, and it was a pair like this where canvas, very flexible. I noticed that because we all do a lot of stepping like this, the decoupage started to wrinkle and it started to peel away a little bit, which can cause water to get underneath and ruin the rest of your work. So there are a couple of things I would have done differently that I will do differently in this video. And the first thing we want to do is take some gesso. Now you can use chalk paint. I just so happen to need a white background, and chalk paint and gesso are in essence the same thing. And so I'm going to paint the shoe with gesso. And by the way, these plastic bottles work really well to put inside the shoe. You have a little water right next to you, and paint the shoe with some water first. You see how that's going into the fabric? That will help the chalk paint or gesso go right into your shoe. And you'll notice I didn't tape up any of the bottom there. That's because it's almost always rubber and you can wipe that away. Now this is thinning out the gesso. It'll thin out the chalk paint a little bit too, but that's okay because we're going to add about 2, well, I'm going to see. If 2 coats cover it, then I'll stop at 2. I might need 3, but I'm thinking it's just 2. And back to this rubber part. That either wears off or comes right off anyway. You can just take a rag and wipe it away. But I'm going to finish painting these shoes with the gesso. By the way, this brush works phenomenally. It's a chalk paint brush to get into the fabric. So again, you just want to dip your brush in water and coat the fabric. Then dip it in the chalk paint or gesso and go right over the area. And I have done this before where I did not dilute the chalk paint or gesso, and it just got a little bit crunchy, which, you know, that's not very desirable when you're wearing shoes. So I'll finish painting the other one. I'm going to put these aside to dry. Unfortunately, these cannot go into the oven because you could melt the bottom. Now, I was going to say that while those are drying, we can cut our napkins, but those shoes will probably take a good day and overnight to dry. So I would paint them one day, leave them to dry overnight into the next day, and then get started on the decoupage. The second coat of paint can be applied while those shoes are still damp. So what I did was I painted the shoes first thing in the morning, and then somewhere around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they still felt a little damp. I went ahead and put that second coat of chalk paint on, and I did the same thing. I watered it down a little bit. You don't have to water it down so much. That's probably why I'm waiting so long for those to dry. But it does really help the chalk paint and the dye to absorb into the shoes, and then they won't get crunchy that way. So now back to the napkin cutting. In the past, I've taken full pieces of napkin and just decoupaged them over sections of shoes, and that's where you can find the cracking and the splitting. So another way to avoid that is if we find a smaller pattern napkin, and I have these butterflies, and we cut out the individual flowers, butterflies, birds, whatever you're using. If we cut them out individually, and an easy way to do this, because cutting napkins can be a little bit challenging. You first want to have these small decoupage scissors that just happen to be a very big help. Some people say they do fine with the larger scissors. I'll have links for all of these products down below this video in the description box, because there are a couple of products that are specific to this project, and those will be in the description box. So here's an easy way to cut the napkins. This is just regular old copy paper. I did not separate the napkins, and I took this, you can get this at any pharmacy, Walmart, even supermarkets carry this, just a glue stick, and I'm going to only use 1/4 of the napkin. So I'm just going to stick it to this paper. And now the napkin has this firm piece of paper behind it, which makes it a breeze to cut. And because I'm using, let me just show you something. Here's the difference in these two scissor sizes. So these are the regular standard scissors, and just looking at these smaller butterflies, I don't even know how I'm going to cut those. Look, the larger scissors are just very cumbersome and they get in the way. Oops. And I cut into another butterfly. But the smaller scissors, which are curved, make it a lot easier to get into these little spots. So then when you're done, you can dampen your fingers. And just pull that top layer away so that you're all set with your prints. And obviously these large ones will be a lot easier to cut. Now you can use different colors as your background for the chalk paint or gesso. As a matter of fact, let's just say you want to have a denim looking background, but you want to make it a very light color, because the napkins are so sheer you will see the color underneath. I didn't want to go with blue because the napkins are blue and they would blend in so much you might not be able to see them. So that's why I wanted the white background. I'm going to continue to cut these out until I have enough for both shoes. I didn't cut out this white part up here because I want to keep the antenna. Those would be almost impossible to cut, even if you're a master crafter and you master decoupage. I believe it's called a decouper. Even if you're a master decouper, you could cut those out, but then they tear too easily. So another reason for the white background is that part of the napkin will just disappear and you'll only see the antenna. Okay, so I cut out the butterflies and I decided not to get too carried away and get into all of these intricate patterns. So I just cut them so that they look like this, because the white on the background paper here is the same color as the white on my shoes, which has now dried. Now you want to try to make or create some type of a pattern on these also. So I'm going to separate these all now because they've still got the 3-ply and the paper on the back. When you pull the paper away, it normally pulls away 1 ply, and then there's 1 ply left on the napkin. Don't get your fingers too wet because then you can easily tear these small pieces. So I emptied out my water container so that it's still damp in there. I put my fingers in it and rub them so that they're still damp but not wet. Ooh, that one worked well. So now I'll separate all of my butterflies. So we have the butterflies cut up. The shoes are painted and dried and ready to go. And now here's the other secret weapon. This is the Mod Podge dishwasher safe decoupage glue. And I'm going to put this in a plate. Just put a little bit in here so I can decoupage with it. Definitely want to use a bristle brush. For some reason, I find these angle brushes much easier to work with. And what I want to do is the dry method, which is I place the napkin piece down on my shoe while it's dry. And then I place the glue over it. But here's the other thing I mentioned before. You want to have an idea in mind where you would like things to go. So I am just doing a dry run to see what kind of a pattern I like here. Okay, so for my pattern, I just laid a few of these out, and I'm going to dip my brush in the decoupage glue. And we don't want to get this, or we don't want to decoupage over the rubber because that won't hold up. But I'm placing the dry napkin down and then putting the decoupage glue over it to keep it in place. Now while this is still wet, I'm going to add decoupage glue over the whole surface. And this is once I'm done decoupaging. I'm not going to put anything on the inside here because normally most people don't see that. But I am going to cover all of this area. I think I want to add one more butterfly back here. But I want to, for the sake of consistency, I want to cover the whole shoe with the decoupage glue. And because this is the dishwasher safe decoupage glue, it's really going to protect these shoes. This is also a high gloss. I don't think they make the dishwasher safe in a matte finish. They might make it in a satin. I happen to like a glossy finish. So what they normally recommend is when you are using this decoupage glue on dishes or glasses, they tell you to put it in the oven to cure it. Now you're not going to do that with these shoes or sneakers, but that's okay because they also say if you don't want to put this in the oven, you can let it cure for 28 days. That's just a month. Now they will feel dry. As soon as, in a couple of hours, they're going to feel dry. Curing is something different. Curing means that it goes right on through everything, and everything on the inside is dry. Because since this is fabric, this isn't just wet on the surface, it can go inside. But even if it was just laying flat, just like with dishes and glasses, this is a thicker decoupage glue, and it takes a lot longer to dry completely throughout on the inside, which is why they say it takes days and days for it to cure. They recommend 28 days. So you can wear these. I'd be very cautious about wearing them on a rainy day. until that 28-day period is up. So I'm going to follow these exact same steps on the other shoe. I probably won't make the exact same pattern because I want it to look a little bit like I did them myself. And then I'll come back and show you when both of the shoes are done. So these are just about done, and I can't even really see a gloss on here. There's a little bit of a shine, but not much. And I'm just going to do one more little thing. I just want to add a flourish of pearls on the side of the shoes, maybe starting in the front here. And you can just get these at the craft store. Luckily, you can break these up so I can put them in different sections. Very sticky. These come in different colors, so you can get them to match or complement your shoes, or you can just omit them. So there is our project for the week, guys. Just in case you're wondering, these beads do stay on here, or these gems that already have the adhesive on them, they stay on there very well. But if you want to feel a little bit more secure, you can use a toothpick to apply a little E6000 glue to the back of these. With E6000, nothing is coming off of anything ever. That is just the most permanent glue you can find. But if you're not going to wear them that often, or you're just wearing them not to work out or do your power walking in, which I'm not, you would be able to get away with just the adhesive that's on there right now. I have done these for years, and they hold up just beautifully. And by the way, Upcycle with Decoupage is also on Facebook. If you go over and like and follow the page, you'll be notified every week when I put a new video out. And I am sorry I can't get back to everyone. I do read the comments, so if I don't get back to you, I try to get back like the first or the second day that I post a video, and then after that I'm responding to a whole lot of other things going on. So I'm kind of trying to hold the camera and put my foot in the shot, or both feet. And I'll take some still shots of them too, so you can get a better idea. This is, you can see there's a little bit of a glare on there, not too much, but I like it. For me, that's perfect. That's just the right amount. You know, it's interesting, we're still in the summer, and I never wear these in the summer, so this is the perfect time to do this, because by the time the cooler weather rolls around, these will have more than cured. It will be much longer than 28 days. So I can wear these and not have to worry about anything coming off. So that is our video for the week, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that. It's actually a lot of fun. You can add gems across the top here. I've done these shoes before where up here I did a whole line from here to here with Swarovski crystals. I hope you're enjoying your summer, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Thanks again, my friends. Bye-bye.